Oh, okay. So, hello guys. Today we'll be this is the fourth video of Learn Rust with me, where you will be learning Rust with me. I mean, literally with me. And today we are going to cover functions. Shit, mic volumes went up suddenly. Okay, give me a second here. Just remove some stuff. And we'll do functions. I'll prepare, you know, I'll prepare everything in advance. And just give me a second. And I'll have to actually look at, how my positioning of the camera is right now. Um, Sorry, the positioning of the video is actually for now. So let me just open. Oh, sorry, it's up in development. The customer. Um. Okay. So now that we have Rust Rover and we have functions, okay. And let me just check one thing. Suppose if I do this, so my it's covering this. Should I just do this? Well, actually, I'll just do this instead. Okay. And sorry. It does cover code actually. I need to make it as discrete as possible over here. And let me just good. And actually, we can just sorry, I not not this. This yes. Shift it here and yeah, functions. Okay, it's perfect. Okay. So okay, we'll start. So sorry. Right now we're going to do functions. And functions are prevalent in Rust code. You've already seen one of the most. I think we actually did this. We had to do parameters, right? Uh, okay. We define a function in Rust by entering fn followed by a function name and a set of parentheses. The curly brackets tell the compiler where the function body begins and ends. Okay. Uh, we can call any function we've defined by entering its name followed by a set of parentheses. Because another function is defined in the program, it can be called from inside the main function. Okay, yes. Note that we defined another function after the main function, the source code. We could have defined it before as well. Rust doesn't care where you define your functions, only that they're defined somewhere in a scope that can be seen by the caller. Okay. So I could have put this function up also. Basically this. Yesterday we were doing this guess number function. So I could just cut and right now that error will come, but if I just give it more space and do space paste, I think, yep, that error is gone. So Let's start a new binary project, new functions to explore functions further. Place the another function example in src/main.rs. Okay. We just made our own function, so don't bother. Like if you want to do this example, you can do it. But well, since I've already done it over here, I wouldn't bother doing it right now. Okay, cargo run. So it runs the function hello world and then another function. It'll print because you have defined this function here and you call it like this. You use the function name and you have to note in case you have parameters, like we are going to cover parameters a bit. In case you have parameters, you can, so you have to write, you have to match the parameter data type according to the order. So I have two unsigned 32 bits. So if this was a signed 32 bit, if I did I32 bit, then this secret number, this would have to be of data type I32 bit, signed integer, basically, I32 bit. So in case you have to put it with parameters, you have to put the variables which have the exact same data type as the parameters mentioned above. So parameters, we're here, right? Okay, let me just set properly set everything. Huh? Okay, sorry. Uh, so we were the line executes in the order in which they appear in the main function. First, hello world message prints, and then another function is called and message is printed. Parameters. We can define functions to have parameters, which are special variables that are part of a function signature. When a function has parameters, you can provide it with concrete values of those parameters. Technically, the concrete values are called arguments. But at casual conversation, people tend to use the words parameter and argument interchangeably for either the variables in a function's definition or the concrete values passed in when you call a function. Well, this thing just went over my head, but I'll just repeat it. We can define functions of parameters, which are special variables that are a part of a function signature, basically this. So when your function is defined, this is a parameter. So basically, every time you run this function, you would require this parameter, like a parameter of this data type, I32. So since 5 is it could be U32, but it could also be I32. So if I write 5, then this would execute. Okay. When a function has parameters, you can provide it with concrete values for those parameters. Yes. Okay. Technically, the concrete values are called arguments, but in casual conversation, people tend to use the words parameter and argument interchangeably for either the variables in a function definition or the concrete value passed in when you call it. For okay, for they use these terms. Okay. In this version of another function, we add a parameter. We add another function parameter. Okay. Um, Print ln. Okay. Try running the program. You should get the following output. Okay. So we actually did parameters already. Like if you want me to run it, then we'll run it actually. like there are some warnings. I'll take care of that. But I think that is related to RNG. But we are using RNG, so I don't think that should be that much of an issue. Just give me a second over here. So now we have to guess a secret number 65. Too small. 72. Too small. 87. Too small. 90. Too small. So basically, now what is happening here is actually I passed this. So I actually created a function with this name, and I passed a guess as a so I passed guess, which we got from the user input as a parameter, and secret number, which we have at the beginning, this, which is the number that we have to guess. So I put both of these as parameters in a function, and then the function is above. So what it does is basically what we did in the last, videos. So it basically matches guess with the secret number, and if it is greater than, then it would say too big. If it is less than the number, then it would say too small. And if you guess the correct number, then it would just say you win. Um, oh no, sorry, sorry. Ay. Okay, it's honest mistake. 92 too small. 95 too small. Is it 100? Oh, it is 100. Just set the number somewhere. Like, why is it 100 though? I don't know. I guess we'll find out later on. So now that we have done, um, you know, I actually showed you how it runs. Try running this program, you should get the following output. Yes, we've done that. The declaration of another function has one parameter named x. The type of x is specified as I32. When we pass 5 into another function, the println macro puts 5 where the past pair of curly brackets containing x was in the format string. Okay. Yep, so the type has to match. In function signatures, you must declare the type of each parameter. Yes, obviously. This is a deliberate decision in Rust's design, requiring type annotations in function definitions means that the compiler, give me a second here, means that the compiler almost never needs you to use them elsewhere in the code, okay, to figure out what type you mean. The compiler is also able to give more helpful error messages if it knows what types the function expects. When defining multiple parameters, separate the parameter declarations with commas like this. Yes, actually did that. We went too ahead actually. If you so because see you're learning with me, okay, and basically this is more like how I learn these things. uh Obviously I might not be able to explain it, and since I'm learning, okay, so there could be instances where I say things where I might be wrong. There are actually I looked through my previous streams, and I did find a couple of places where I was wrong. So I could actually, Sometimes even about basic concepts also. But well, okay. So we were is नीचे elsewhere in the code to figure out what type you mean. The compiler is also able to give more helpful error messages if it knows what type the function expects. Okay, yes. Uh, what the what's happening with this light? Okay, we are good. And compiler is also function expects when defining multiple parameters. Okay, so we were here only. This example creates a function named print labeled measurement with two parameters. The first parameter is named value and is an I32. So, signed integer 32-bit. The second is named unit label and is type char. Okay. The function then prints text containing both the value and the unit label. So the measurement is value unit label. So 5H. Okay, so measurement is 5H. So, oh, so this is how print concatenate, concatenation. I think this is a form of concatenation. But wow, this is also actually really interesting if you see it that way. And just what the fuck is wrong with this? I think it will keep going out every 2 minutes or so. Uh, so I can't care enough. This example, yes, we actually saw this because functions with because we call the function with 5 as the value of for the value of value as the value of value and h as the value of unit label. The program output contains these values. Yes. Statements and expressions. Function bodies are made up of several statements optionally ending in an expression. So far, the functions we have covered haven't included an ending expression because, but you have seen an expression as part of the statement. Because Rust is an expression based language, there's an important distinction to understand. Okay. Our other languages don't have the same distinctions. So let's look at what statements and expressions are and how their differences affect the bodies of functions. So statements are instructions that perform some action and do not return a value. Okay. Basically something like this. This is a statement. This is a statement. Or you could actually say this is a statement. This is also so everything where you assign or do anything, mostly assignments are statements, and when you're mostly function where you're calling function calls can be in statements and expect expressions evaluate to a resultant value. Let's look at some examples. Okay. No, I might be wrong now, but let's see. So let we have actually already used statements and expressions. Creating a variable and assigning a value to it with the let keyword is a statement. See, like I didn't read the part ahead, but you know, that was just something I caught on by intuition. So basically. So that's what I said. As I pointed out, this thing is a statement. This thing is a statement. And then this thing is a statement. This is a statement. This is a statement. Even println is a statement actually. No, I think sorry, println might not be a statement. We'll just see. Because it is giving out a value. Uh, Statements, function definitions are also statements. The entire preceding example is a statement in itself. As we will see below, calling a function is not a statement. Okay, so this is not a statement. Sorry, this thing is not a statement. This is not a statement. But this is a statement. This is a statement. Break is a statement. Continue is a statement. And this is a statement. So every assigning and all. Println is not a statement because we are calling. I think even calling a macro is not a statement, if I'm not wrong. So we'll look, we'll see actually. Like when we go ahead, we'll actually look into that. Function definitions are also statements. Okay. The entire preceding example is a statement in itself. Okay. Yes, sorry. Statements do not return values. Therefore, you can't assign a let statement to another variable. Okay. As the following code tries to do, or you will get an error. Okay. So let y equal to 6. Oh, you can't do that. Okay. So so let y equal to 6 would not actually return anything. So actually this is not a statement in the sense then. This one is not a statement. Because I am actually calling a function. So it's not a statement according to Rust. Um, when you run this program, the error you'll get looks like this. Okay. Unexpected expression found let statement, unnecessary parentheses. Okay, and help remove this parentheses. Okay. Okay. Let y equal to 6 statement does not return a value, so there isn't anything for x to bind to. Okay. And anything to bind to. This is different from what happens in other languages such as C and Ruby, where the assignment returns the value of the assignment. Okay. Yes, exactly. It does that actually in C. In those languages, you can write x equal to y equal to 6 and have both x and y have the value 6. That is not the case in Rust. Okay. Well, actually, yeah, yes, that's true. Actually, it does happen in C and like Ruby. I haven't actually tried this thing. I have done Ruby before, but Ruby I haven't actually tried that thing. Uh, so I might have to, do something. Okay. So, okay. Expression evaluates to a value that, and sorry, expressions evaluate to a value and make up most of the rest of the code that you will write in Rust. Consider a math operation such as 5 plus 6, which is an expression that evaluates to the value of 11. Just check. Consider the expression. Consider the expression. Okay, the I was actually checking the mic. It is going into dangerous territory. So I'll actually reduce the gain a little bit. Okay. I think the gain levels are okay. Um, Even if I come closer, actually this close is fine. Okay, I'll just increase it a little bit so that it touches at least the end of the orange. Okay, sorry for detouring, taking a detour from this. We'll continue. Sorry. Um, so let banner text equal to uwin dot to string. Okay. Sorry, we were here. Expressions evaluate to a value and make up most of the rest of the code that you will write in Rust. Consider a math operation such as 5 plus 6, which is an expression that evaluates to the value 11. Expressions can be parts of statements. In listing 3 1, the 6 in this statement, let y equal to 6, is an expression that evaluates to the value 6. Okay. Calling a macro is an expression. So I was right about println being an expression, I think. Yep, I called it if I'm not wrong. So I wasn't wrong in this. Calling a function is an expression, calling a macro is an expression. So yes, println is an expression. Okay. A new scope block created with curly brackets is an expression. For example, okay, so this is an expression. Okay, let y equal to let x equal to 3 x plus 1. Okay, this expression. Okay, so and then we have println y. So this expression is a block that in this case evaluates to 4. The value gets bound to y as part of the let statement. Note that in x plus 1, line does not have a semicolon at the end. Okay. Uh, Semicolon, sorry, is a block. In this case, a value, so this value gets bound to y as a part of the list. Note that the x plus 1 line doesn't have a semicolon at the end, which is unlike most of the lines you've seen so far. Expressions do not include ending semicolons. If you add a semicolon to the end of an expression, you turn it into a statement and then it will not return a value. Okay. Okay. Hmm. Keep this in mind. Uh, where was I? Turn it and keep this in mind as you explore function return values and expressions next. Okay. So I don't know. I'm not feeling it today. Can you just give me a moment? Actually, I need to have some water. My throat is drying up. Been speaking too much. Just give me 2 seconds. Yeah. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, sorry. I needed some water. Oof. My throat was drying up. Okay, anyways, we were down here. Okay, functions with return values. Functions can return values to the code. Okay, we already have done a return value function over here. So functions can return values to the code that calls them. We don't name return values, but we must declare that their type after an arrow. Okay. In Rust, the return value of the function is synonymous with the value of the final expression in the block of the body of a function. You can return early from a function by using a return keyword and specifying a value. But most cases, but most functions return the last expression implicitly. Okay. Here's an example of a function that returns a value. Okay. So fn5, I32 and 5. Okay, the x equal to 5, value of x is. So yeah, that is actually implicit. So basically, this is also what's happening over here. Okay. So this is implicit return because I haven't written a return statement over here. So you can see that there is no return statement, and it just basically returns the function, the value. So the value that comes out here, basically, if it's comparing and two, if the guess is less than secret number, then too small. If it's greater than secret number, then too big, and if it's equal, then you win. So this is the return value function. There are no function calls, macros, or even let statements in the five function. Just the number five by itself. That is a perfectly valid function in Rust. Okay. Note the function's return type is specified to as I32. Try running the code. The output should look like this. Okay. The value of x is 5. We know, obviously. Function is short, huh? And it's already 9:30. So just give me a sec. Actually, I need to clean something here. So, okay, before we end the functions thing, now we will actually um. So before we end the functions call, no, not the functions. Sorry, before we end the functions section, now we will actually try, the above this one, with this thingy, the curly braces and all. So, what we're going to do is, sorry, I wasn't spitting anything, but okay. I didn't spit anything though, it's just about. So, okay, the 5 in 5 is the function's return value. Okay, which is why the return value is I32. Let's examine this in more detail. There are two important bits. First, the line let x equal to 5, okay, shows that we are using the return value of a function to initialize a variable, okay. Um, because the function 5 returns a 5, that line is same as the following: let x equal to 5. Second, the 5 function has no parameters and defines the type of the return value. Okay, the body of the function is a only 5 with no semicolon because it's an expression whose value we want to return. Yes, exactly. So basically, just like this is also an expression because it has no semicolon. And so if I, like cut this and then I put this below, then it should actually work. So I actually want to see how to comment, if there is a comment section available. I think it is the next section, or I think it's the next section. I'll look into it. This is going to be a very long series, I think, if I have to cover everything. Uh, so okay, stop scratching. Okay, so value want to be so let's look at another example. Okay, let x equal to plus one. The value function plus one I 32. Okay, x plus one. Yep. So 5 and then okay, the value of x is 6, obviously. And okay, so if I put the semicolon there, then it would actually. Oh, remove the semicolon to just return. So basically, if I have to return something, then I won't have to put a semicolon on that statement, which is actually a good thing because like it makes a distinction between a statement and an expression. But actually, it's actually, a good distinction actually sometimes, because in most languages you still have to put the semicolon whether you have a statement or an expression. So that's irrespective basically of a statement or an expression. So, okay, core issue with the code, the definition of the function plus one says that it will return an I32, but the statements don't evaluate to a value, which is expressed by okay, empty brackets, the unit type. Therefore, nothing is returned which contradicts the function definition and results in an error. In this output, Rust provides a message to possibly help rectify this issue. It suggests removing the semicolon, which would fix the error. Okay. Hmm. So, okay, before we finish with functions, right? We'll actually try, you know, this example. Uh, where is that? This one here. So what I'm going to do is, it's actually going to be simple. I won't even do the let statement. So what I'm going to do is, uh, just give me a second here. Technology, yoga, Uh, so I basically put an end to this. Would show me an error. It doesn't matter. And there will be an error down here. This. What I need to do now is just do this. Done. There's your expression. Like all I did was remove the function, definition, and I just put it there. So now what I need to do is, I can just, you know, And see, this block will always have a semicolon at the end because this as a whole is a statement. But since this expression, see the match, so the pattern matching is returning a value, which is a string value. Okay. Since we have specified string over here, so we are returning a string value in each condition. So this pattern matching, uh, expression. So this pattern matching as a whole is an expression, which will be inside a statement. So take it as you will, basically. So this is okay. Sorry, I just do control Y. So if I want to run it, I can run it. Okay. So we just say 100 too big, 92 too big, we do 2 too big, too big, 2 too big, 2 too big. No, no, 42, yeah, too big, too big, too big, too small. Okay, 15 too big, 14 too big, and then it is 13. Okay. So, well, 13 is the value now. And so basically what I just like, so the function, so the program will still do the same thing. The only thing I did is just take it out of the function. I deleted the function and just put that entire expression into this statement. So I think the next part is comments. If I'm, yeah, okay, nice. Comments is a very small section. We'll just cover comments. All programmers strive to make their code easy to understand, but sometimes extra explanation is warranted. In these cases, programmers leave comments in their source code that the compiler will ignore, but people reading the source code may find useful. Okay. So here's a simple comment, hello world. Okay. So let's say if I want to comment this, if I put comments here, then declaring a table variable. Okay. Then taking, sorry, taking user it in the table variable. Okay. Converting variable And I hope you can all see the comments. Huh? Uh, can you just give me a fucking second bag? What the fuck? Why? Why? happened to this everything now? Okay, come back. Okay, sorry. Previously declared. Sorry. So I just cut this out. Don't need it. Okay. So this is how it becomes with comments. So this is the commented version of the code. Like if you so if you want me to share this code, then well, I'll have to verify myself on YouTube first. I actually need some time, but I'm not able to get any time because I have shit to do now. I don't know why, because I'm in middle of jobs. So I was actually thinking because I was working my office job, for till last month. So basically that was the reason I wasn't able to stream that, frequently, once a day only. But I thought that since there is a 1 week break between jobs, I could get more time to stream more frequently. I was actually thinking of going out of station because I actually need a break. But apparently, there are actually things that I have to do. There are some issues with the medical certificate and all. Uh, like for some reason, when I got my medical done, the uh, required signature was missing. And for that small thing, I have to waste 2 days of my life. So the first day I actually wasted today, which I had to, show the documents to, my new job. And then he told me, so I was actually supposed to show the documents next week, but because they required a medical which was less than a month old, and by the time I would join, my medical would be more than a month old. So we actually went there to clarify that. Uh, and now they say that they want a signature. So I was thinking that actually, I would actually get a signature, uh, I don't know, on Saturday or something. But for some reason, my parents are actually calling me tomorrow to get that signature, which means I won't have. So basically, anything I want to do is just getting, how do I say, like I'm not able to give my time to everything. Like I'm not able to stream with a clear mind because I have all these fucking tasks going on. Uh, and it's pissing me off. Actually, I actually wanted to go out for a week. I need to clear my mind. But for some reason, I'm unable to clear my mind because of this fucking job. Yeah, but like I don't care. I'll just say whatever the fuck I want at this point. So yeah, the idiomatic comment style starts with a comment with two slashes, and the comment continues until the end of the line. For comments that extend beyond a single line, you need to include double slash on each line. Okay, but you'll more often see them used in this format with the comment on separate line. Okay, yes. Yeah, so people do write comments like this, but I actually use this style, which is recommended. Rust has another kind of comment, documentation comment, which we'll discuss in the publishing a crate to crates.io section of chapter 14, and control flow. So actually, it's a bit late. Like I know I'm going a bit slow over here. But actually I need more time. Like because this thing, this thing is eating me up. Like all I needed was some time to focus. I could you know uh have a clear mind and do more streams. But for some reason I don't. Like I know it sounds like I'm whining, but like people do need their time. Like they need their free time, and like instead of having some free time, because after next week I'll be busy again. I won't be able to go anywhere. Like last time I went was for December. That was only for around 2 to 3 days for a trip, and I don't go on trips because I don't have the time. And for some like I also don't like taking leaves from office that much. So well, because you know, it has an effect on the salary if I take too many leaves. But like I wanted to go out somewhere, but and I could afford going out. Actually, I have enough budget to plan a trip. The only problem is, I have other arrangements. So instead of going out on a trip to clear my mind before I join my new job, I'm fucking sitting here, doing prep for my new job. Like I gave around a month for this prep. Like I did the medical test. Like that was the only thing that was required for out from that actually takes a lot of time. And the rest of the documents I actually arranged, but the medical uh, now is a huge problem because, well, I actually asked them for an extension when I previously accepted. Uh, and well, my parents were in a very, huge hurry. They were in a hurry to, just get your medical test done. And well, I got my medical test done. But, the date of extension actually came to be later than 1 month from the medical test date. And so that was the first problem. And the second problem was, so I actually, I got that medical certificate, I got it signed. But the problem is, they needed a signature from someone else, a higher authority, um, which we actually weren't able to get at the time. No one actually noticed at the time, and I was actually busy in my, previous office work. So nobody noticed. And so due to that, you know, so due to that, actually today I had to go to the what do we say? I had to go to the new office, like to you know to basically verify, like I had to clarify whether I could actually use this medical certificate or not. So the person actually said yes, but you would actually need to get a date written by the higher authority who's going to sign it. And just to, get it signed by the higher authority, I'll most probably have to spend all of tomorrow. Yes, basically all of tomorrow. Like I'll have to get up early. I'll have to get that, signature. And there is a problem. So even though signature process isn't that long. So the problem is if one higher authority, designs with the signature, then I'll have to go somewhere else. And that could take all day. So that's the main problem. So that's why I'm really pissed right now. I was pissed in the evening just due to that reason. I only wanted a break. I wanted to focus on, streaming for a while. Uh, before I join my second jobs, because then I would be able to focus on streaming this much. But I actually can't. Like life, finds a way to fuck you up some way or the other. Like I want to clear my mind, but for some reason I don't have, the time. Like if I want to go on a trip, I just don't want to go for just 2 or 3 days. I want to go for an entire week. Normally I do like 2 3 days trips, but I want to be out for an entire week. And once I join my new job, that's basically going to be impossible. Um, I think for a year at least, if I'm not wrong. Yes, at least for a year. So that's why I'm really pissed right now. Like, I'm really, really fucking pissed right now because of that. Like, at least a year, I won't be able to go out anywhere. Maybe I'll find out a way, but I really don't want to, I really just wanted to go somewhere. Like, I just book my tickets and go somewhere. And I wanted to go for the entire week, but, well, sorry for my rant, and, I think people may think I'm whining, but this is a true problem because I just want to go in with a fresh mind and I can't get that opportunity. Like I need an entire week, not just 1 or 2 or 3 days. So okay, thank you for watching my stream. I just spent a lot of time talking nonsense. Thank you.